Welcome. This video will go really in depth into how to use your PowerShell, your Git bash in order to do software development and hopefully make your time a lot more efficient so you can code a lot more effectively. And it's also we'll get into like stylizing and themes so your workspaces will look a little bit better. So just to start off, I have here Notepad actually. This is Notepad++. It's very good for text editing. So you can open up your .txt's and JSONs and all kinds of stuff. It helps speed things up because we write a lot of stuff, we copy and paste a lot of stuff, we test out a lot of different scripts. So Notepad++ is very good to have. And what you will need to kind of go through all the stuff I'll be covering is you will need a Git bash terminal, you will need a PowerShell, and try to get the most recent versions of bash and PowerShell. You will need httpie, that's here. You will need VS Code, that's this. And curl. Curl comes packaged in with Git bash. So if you have Git bash, you have curl. And so let's just jump right into it. If we look at my PowerShell here, it's stylized here. I got this looking pretty cool. I got my time here, time and date here. I got some transparency going. I got a theme here, and I got right now I'm actually in my home. So let's say I changed my directory. Let's say I changed into my directory, right? And then let's say I list my directory here. And it's kind of got some like little icons here. It kind of looks a little bit better. If I change into another directory, cd learning / this one here, you can see even more like kind of cool. Yeah, you can see the little Node.js icons, and as you can see, I also have like predictive stuff in here. It's got my history here. It's got a lot more options for filling things out. My font is different. So this all looks different. It's a little bit cooler. I think it's a way more stylized. So I'll show you how to do that. In order to do that, you should go to this website here, and I'll have all these links for you, all this documentation. But go to this here, and this is a tutorial. This is all Windows, by the way. It's a tutorial for how to get Oh My Posh. And Oh My Posh really helps you get new themes and new fonts. So go through all this stuff here, run the command winget install Oh My Posh, winget install Oh My Posh here. And I have this video here. This video here does a really good job of explaining step by step. It's a very new video how to do that, how to get your Oh My Posh going. This is the ohmyposh.dev themes here. So this is what we're looking at. I actually don't exactly remember which theme I have, but you can go through these themes. And the default like background color is black, and then you could in your PowerShell you can change the color, but you can see the different kind of fonts and just kind of the way it looks, the structure of it. So yeah, that's how you change your themes, and of course you can get new fonts as well. I think here, yeah, I have another link that shows the fonts somewhere. But yeah, update the themes, go through all this stuff here, check out the video on how to get Oh My Posh. And then you can have something that's a little bit better looking than the default PowerShell. some things you'll need to know is the root folder for your PowerShell themes, and I have it here. This is your root folder. You're going to need to know this stuff in order to get through the tutorial, and then I'll have here, I'll give you some hints on where to find your, how to set up your PowerShell themes. Anyway, so, and then you'll have to install modules. These are modules you'll be installing. PS readline, PS terminal, or PS readline and terminal icons. So right here, these are my terminal icons, right? And PS readline, which can help you out with history and stuff. So yeah, I got the video link there. You can check that out. Now I'm going to go through some commands you need to know in order to help make your time a little bit easier using your PowerShell. So first command we'll go through is this $pwd. Okay, $pwd tells you the path of your working directory. Okay, so if you look here, I got this home icon, I got a folder here, and then the directory I'm working in called MongoJS2. But it doesn't really spell out what the name of this file is, and this file is, and the name of the home, the user. So the way you could just get and spell out what directory you're working inside of is just, again, that $pwd. Another similar command would be, I think it would be get item. Okay, it's kind of similar. Get item dot. Right off the bat, it'll tell you, because when you type in get item, you're getting the parent directory of the directory you're in. So the parent directory is this, but then this would be like what the directory you're in, right? So remember, these $ things here, these are like setting variables. So you can set a variable here. Let's say I made up this variable dkka equals 10. And I press enter, and I could do like echo $dkka. I could even do autocomplete with tab, right? Echo that. You see, it echoes back the variable. So yeah, you'll need to know how to do that. $, name a variable, set it to something. It could be a string, it could be a number, it could be a directory, and then you can echo back that stuff. Get location is also a similar function. Get location. Yeah, get location will tell you what location, where you're at. So I'm in this directory called learning, and inside here I have a lot of different projects that have Git tracking. And if you know about Git, you know that those Git inits, those are hidden files. So if I want to show hidden files, all the hidden files in this directory, I can run this command, dir recurse hidden. I click enter. Maybe that's hard to see on your video. We're going to run this. This will show a ton of different directories I got here. All these have Git tracking on them. But yeah, such as this one, this project here, and it shows that hidden file. It's a Git. Another command you can run to see the all the hidden stuff inside a directory is to run this command. So we'll go ahead and run it. It's going to look exactly the same. There you go. Okay, we will go through some scripts in PowerShell, and these scripts are pretty cool. You can run these scripts, for instance, this first one, where you can pick a directory. You can go into a working directory, or any directory. You can go into a directory and search for a string in a directory. So, for example, I could go, so for instance, I could, with my PowerShell, this text document I'm in right now, I could search for this string here, line number. And so I'll show you how on PowerShell we can make a script to do just that. And again, we're going to have to use our variables. So I'm going to copy and paste this into PowerShell. Control V, paste. Okay, so folder path, folder pattern, get child item, recurse. I think this should run if I run it. Okay, so I run it, and it tells me that this string here, server running on, it's on line 45 of this document called server.js. And let's open up VS Code and check that, because VS Code is the best thing we have to look through, to look at JavaScript. Open up VS Code. Server running on. We searched for that string, server running on, and we found it. It's the exact same thing here. It's even got the right line there, line 45. So that's a pretty cool little trick. This is a script you can use to search for a string. I could get even more wild with it. Let's I have this text document called War and Peace, which is the book War and Peace, and we could search for all kinds of strings. So I got this other script here, Control V, and this script here is going to go through this text document I got called War and Peace on my desktop, and we're going to search for all the instances of a certain word. Okay, we're going to search through, it's in my desktop. Okay, I'm going to search for the word man. Or I think more specifically, it's going to search for the string of man, wherever man comes up. So maybe there's a word like man of war or man or mandible, but we're gonna output that and just run it, enter. And there we go. Look how fast that was. Jeez. How fast was that? 1.08, no, 55 milliseconds. Jeez. Okay. So this tells you, no, it doesn't tell me how many times I got it, but this tells me all the lines where the word man showed up, or the letter, the string of man. So footman, we got it here. We got man here, woman. So this is going to show you how many times we get man. Let's see if we can isolate that word man. Let's see if we can search for the actual word man. Man, I guess we have to make a space here, right? Space. Space. Close this old window we got. Alright, let's run it. Is that any different? Man. Man, yeah. This is a little bit more condensed. Yeah, man. Okay, so yeah, that's how you find all the times that the word man is in War and Peace. Just could run this script here. Okay, this next function here, I'm going to paste it in. Now this is very similar, where we're searching through an entire directory for a file with a certain string in it. So let's say you wanted to search through, like, let's say your documents or even your root folder. Let's say you wanted to find everything that has .git, so git tracking. This is the file that's created, or this is the directory that's created when you do a git init command. So you're going to run this command here. I'm in my documents. I'm going to find everything in documents that has git tracking. So we'll run this. We'll run it. There we go. And there you go. It shows all the projects I got that have git tracking. These all have git tracking on them. So that's one cool way. And I want to show you how to copy and paste an item with your PowerShell. So in this desktop directory, I have a text file called War and Peace, as we saw before. So I'm going to copy and paste that file. So what we'll do is we'll create a local variable here. We'll copy and paste this. So we're going to use our get item command. We're going to copy this. We're going to actually hit Control Shift Enter. Just go to a new line. And then we will run the copy item thing. So we'll copy item. So we'll copy this. And we'll set our destination to, we'll drop back a directory and we'll go to our documents folder, documents directory. And so we're going to move, we're going to not really move, but we're going to copy and paste War and Peace into our documents directory. And then we will dir documents. And in our documents directory, you see that War and Peace is here. And we'll go ahead and remove that because we don't need 2 copies of that in our system. Okay, remember that curl out of the box comes with git bash. And we're going to run this project here, which I already have a YouTube video on. But we're going to show you how you can use curl to test your endpoints. So we're going to run this main method here. We're going to run it. And then we're going to show terminal, with the terminal, how you can test stuff. Curl and httpie do the same thing. httpie is a little bit more user-friendly, but it could be a lot more efficient than using Postman, even Swagger. So my Spring Boot is booting up, of course, and remember your terminal also. Got your terminal in IntelliJ also. You can run git bash here. Let's use our git bash in our IntelliJ terminal. So we will invoke one of these things here. Copy and paste this. Copy, paste. Okay, so this should return some kind of JSON string with a bunch of information we got from our MySQL database. So we'll click enter here. There you go. Very messy looking, but that's curl for you. Curl shows you all your MySQL database. Remember, MySQL -user root is how you sign into MySQL. Enter password. I got password. Show databases. It's getting kind of sticky here. Let's zoom in on this. I will use Spring. No, it doesn't autocomplete. Spring YouTube. Spring YouTube. Show tables. Show tables, right? And then we'll select star from user MySQL statement. There you go. That's how you use MySQL and get your strings here, your information in your database. Looks somewhat similar to what we got in Git Bash. Well, that's curl. Curl, you got this. You can do bearer tokens and stuff with curl. httpie is just easier to use. So I can invoke httpie colon 8080 slash, man, I'm not sure I remember this stuff, backslash API slash auth slash sign up. Let's say username equals YouTube httpie password equals password 5 and email equals test@youtube.com. Okay, there you go. Registration successful. So there you go. That's httpie and that's curl. They all do the same thing. Colon 8080 forward slash API slash auth slash list. Okay, you see all this database information we got. This is MongoDB, by the way. This is how httpie will return it, how nice it will look. And remember curl, these are the exact same API requests, but curl returns it, makes it look like this. httpie looks like this. And PowerShell actually comes with its own right out of the box API tester. Okay. Or I said PowerShell. PowerShell, you're gonna have to run invoke web request. Okay, so we're gonna copy and paste this into PowerShell, and I'll do some similar stuff. PowerShell, and we'll do Control V. All right, we'll run that. There you go. Looks like curl. Returns all that stuff. This is the thing we just entered, full screen here. Actually, no, this is not good for the YouTube audience. But this is the string we just entered. It's right here. And this is a string returned from the database. And there it is. So yeah, that's what you type into PowerShell to do your requests. There's all kinds of different ways to do it with PowerShell. You can invoke REST method. It's the same thing. Copy and paste that. We'll try that. I'll show that real quick. It's just, ooh, wait. Okay, yeah. I think this should work. We'll enter. Yep. So your invoke REST method and your invoke web request does the same thing. However, invoke web request will return all this stuff. It gives you a real like response body. Your invoke REST method will just tell you that you got a status code 200, that it's okay. So yeah, that's 3 different CLIs I showed you. httpie, curl, and PowerShell. All this will be on GitHub. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to use Git, because it's good to know Git. So I'm in this directory, and we are going to push this up to GitHub. So the way you do it is we have to create init tracking, git init. So our first thing we do is git init. It'll tell you we initialized an empty Git repository. And the way I like to think of git init is like, I don't watch much movies, but like the Star Wars movie, one of the older Star Wars movies, I think it was like Qui-Gon Jinn wanted to track another spaceship. So what he did was he pulled out this little device, this sticky device, and he threw a tracking device onto the spaceship. And that's kind of like what git init is. You're throwing a tracking device onto this repository. And we will tell Git what the origin, where all this stuff is being pushed to. So if I remember right, git remote add origin, right? Git remote add origin. We'll do git remote add origin, and then we have to get that URL we got here. So that's how this is your remote repository. So we'll copy this. We'll paste that. Control V. That's not working. Awesome. Git remote add origin. So we're telling we're adding the origin into Git. All right, and then what we do is we do git add dot period. So we're saying we're adding this everything in this repository. Test git YouTube. We're adding all that stuff. And then we do git commit. When we do git commit, we're moving a snapshot, this nice pretty looking snapshot up to up a level, and it's ready to, and it's just about ready to go up to GitHub, the website. Git commit, you do -m. You got to do this -m. -m means message, and the name of this message we'll call initial. Yeah, why not? Enter. And then what we do is we do git push. It's going to show us a little error. And it says git push set upstream origin. So you're going to copy and paste that. Set upstream. And then we're going to push it. Okay, so we git push set upstream origin master. We'll check our repositories. And there we go. There's our test shell script.txt. Hello YouTube audience, it's right there. So that's how you use your git bash. Git bash and git, how to push stuff. And another thing I'll show you is how to unzip. So PowerShell, you can unzip files with PowerShell. So what we can do is let's create a new folder, new item, showing you PowerShell, new item, and we'll call it demo unzip, and it will be item type, and it's a directory. Cool. Okay, so we got this empty folder here, and what we'll do is, so I got this so Git, I can clone stuff, or you can download zip, right? So let's say I download this as a zip file, and I'm going to show you how to unzip that. And if I do this right, okay, so this is called test PowerShell. It's in my downloads folder. Yeah, we'll copy and paste this command. Copy and paste. All right, and then we'll do Control V. And so if we there you go. So it's an unzipped. So we downloaded this thing here. We downloaded this directory as a zip. And then you can see it here. It's fully unzipped, and it's inside this new directory we created. So yeah, it's that command, expand archive is unzipping. So yeah, I'm gonna push all this notation up to GitHub, so you can see for yourself all this stuff. You can copy and paste a lot of it. Check out the links I got. I'll put some links in the video description. But yeah, this should help you out a lot to get your terminals all set up and ready to code with VS Code and IntelliJ. So you can make REST APIs, desktop applications, all that stuff. So yeah, like and subscribe, and happy coding.